All right, guys, welcome everybody to Diamond Zone Tuesday morning edition. What we're going to do today is, share with you just another aspect of the business, which is really how to create desire within your product and your opportunity. It goes without saying that everybody, and I saw the hands, everybody should be in Vegas in 4 weeks. It's the first North American conference for the company. I think that's going to be groundbreaking and really set the pace for 2018 with some of the new announcements that will be coming down the pike and improvements to the company. So please make sure you make it a point to be there, figure it out, right? You know the motto here, figure it out. And I know we're going in early to do some meetings. So if anybody has anybody in the Las Vegas market, just keep that in mind too. You know, since we're out there, let's do some business. But having said that, what I want to talk about today is really the essence of your business. And, you know, I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday. And, you know, the conversation was, you know, I just don't really know how to keep my funnel filled. And I asked a simple question. I said, tell me your background. And I'm not going to tell you the background because then you'll know who the person is. And the person said, well, I've done this my whole life. I said, have you talked to those people that do what you do? And the person said, well, no, not really. I haven't really talked to my peers. And my question was, why? Why? That's the language you speak. And so, see, some people, what happens in our business sometimes, and this is a caution for everybody, sometimes we're here, right, in a financial state, okay, and we don't talk to people here. We don't talk to people above us, okay, who we think make more money. We don't talk to people that are on the same plane. We tend to talk to people down here, okay? It's just a natural thing. Because, first of all, some people say, well, I don't want to talk to people I know. Well, to me, that's a red flag from the get-go. Because if you're not willing to tell everybody what you do, how can you say you're proud of what you do? I mean, I always use the same example every time I do a presentation. If you bought a restaurant, would you not tell every single person you know you bought a restaurant? Right? Wouldn't you have a grand opening if you had a restaurant? Of course you would. Because you know why? Because you poured your heart and soul and probably every dime you have and probably took other people's money to invest in your restaurant. So you know what that did? It created enough desire within you that you could care less who showed up to your grand opening, but you're going to invite everybody. Right? Because you have your financial you-know-what, okay, at stake. And so over here, because you can't put enough money into this game, we tend to choose who we talk to. See, if you bought that restaurant, anybody you came across and they said, what do? You'd be handing them a card. Well, I opened up this restaurant down the street. You got to check us out. We got a great bar. We got nightly entertainment. We have this great menu. I hired this unbelievable chef from Las Vegas, right? We have these beautiful dining area. We have an unbelievable wine list. You'd be talking to everybody about your restaurant. Why? It's funny what happens when you have your skin in the game. It's amazing what happens when you have to make something work. And if you threw $300,000 or whatever it is into that restaurant, you'd make sure everybody you knew knows about your grand opening. But here's my question to you. Does everybody you know about what you're doing? And here's what I want you to do. Take away trying to get them in your business. But you should let everybody know what you're doing. And a nice approach, if you're afraid to talk to people about what you do, I shared with you that yesterday. Do you keep your business options open? Do you keep your money-making options open? That could be a good approach. But what if you weren't talking about money-making approaches or money-making options? What if you just said, listen, I'm excited. I just started a wearable technology company. I'm expanding, okay, throughout the United States, and we're actually shipping into 195 countries. I know you know a lot of people, okay, and I would love you to understand what I do because you may be able to open some doors for me. See, that would be the chicken approach. Without telling them it would be good for them, but how many people would love, right, these worker bees knowing what you do, right, and if they come across people, maybe you get a referral. And it's a good way to practice. It's a good way to practice. And if people say, well, what do you do? Then what do you tell them to do? Well, I'd love you to understand my product. Watch this 2-minute video. I'd love you to understand more about my company. Watch this 7-minute video. And who knows, you may spark something within them. But you don't have this agenda. See, sometimes we have this agenda and people see us coming, right? And you're trying to attack everybody. Let me ask everybody here a question. How would you like to be approached? How would you approach you? This is how you need to start approaching people. How do you create desire within people to want to know more about your product or your opportunity? First of all, be a person. First of all, get into a conversation. Don't just have this agenda. Now, if you have a really, really, really good warm market, I told you what we did when we first got started, okay? I had a focus because I knew my audience and I knew some of the people in my audience, my warmest of warm market, wanted to know if we did something, okay, outside of what we were doing. They would want to be part of it. So that was a different conversation. But see, what we have to do is we always got to have this awareness and we always got to be fishing. And based on who you're talking to, you're going to put a different bait on the hook. If I want to catch this person that I know does much better than me financially, I got to put a different bait on the hook. Right? It's all about understanding people. This is why I keep saying every time we do a Diamond Zone, you got to get your skills. Skill set training. You know what that is? It's real simple. It's going out there and talking to people. And I could do it in a variety of different ways. You know, sometimes it takes me aback when people say, I don't know who to talk to. Just walk outside. Are you kidding? Okay, all the different things. There's so many different ways today to reach people than there was even 10 years ago. 15 years ago, you know, we didn't have Facebook. Just 15 years ago or 12 years ago, we didn't have LinkedIn, right? We didn't have Snapchat and Instagram and all these other grams and chats. You know what we had to do? We had to figure out how to get around people. And then once you did that, now you got to hone your skills. So how do you create desire? Well, first of all, you have to know, and we say this all the time, this is a business like any other business. And I want you to understand something, okay? We have to advertise. And I was telling this person yesterday, I said there's 2 ways of advertising. And the reason why network marketing is so appealing to most people is because what do we always say? No traditional overhead. No employees. Is that an attraction for some people? Of course it is. But if this is a business like any other business, can you advertise? Of course you can. But here's the thing. You could advertise with your money or you could advertise with your work ethic. I could advertise with my money. In other words, if I have money, can I not advertise my company? Could I not put ads places? Could I not do radio ads? Could I not do television if I really had the financial wherewithal? Of course you could. Of course you can. Of course you could run ads. Of course you could do Craigslist. but that costs money. So just understand, what kind of business do you want to run? But see, I've always chosen, okay, since we've been involved in World Global Network, I don't have to spend that kind of money. I just have to put forth the work ethic needed to always have enough people in my funnel. So everywhere we go, what do we advertise? Okay, I'll show you what you really need to advertise. You need to advertise your excitement and your enthusiasm. I don't really advertise my product. I advertise Jeff. I'm always on stage. Wherever I go, okay, there I am. And wherever I am, I'm bringing my business with me. See, I bring my restaurant wherever I go. My restaurant's with me because the restaurant is me. See, in a traditional business, you're taking people to your infrastructure. You are the infrastructure. You are the person people are going to get involved with. That's why I always say this. Once you learn this trade, you can never do anything else. Very difficult. You can never be broke once you learn the people business. And you got to get people's attention. Okay, then you got to understand, how do you attract people and how do you approach them? Those are 4 things you have to learn how to do. You got to advertise, you got to get people's attention, you got to attract them to what you have, and you got to have the right approach. And we've talked about this a lot on Diamond Zone, just different aspects of the business. So let's focus on the advertising for 1 second. Okay? Advertising, become a product of the product. Okay, well, that's easy. That's easy. Wear it. Okay? Make sure it's charged. Make sure it works, right? Make sure you have a bright, colorful band on. That's your business. That's your restaurant. It's on your wrist. Okay? Walking, talking testimonial. Know what your product does. Know how to show how to do an EKG. Okay? And I'm just giving you some tips. Okay? Know exactly what to show people if it goes there. Mine normally doesn't go there because I'm talking about money. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. But some people want to rely on the product. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I think the best thing to display, okay, is what? Is the EKG. Okay, I think that's because you could see the heart rate, ba-boom, 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 right? And it's a good way to start a conversation. But have the mindset of taking advantage of every opportunity to show the product an opportunity. Go fishing. Always be prepared to go fishing. You know what fishing is? Conversation. This is why you got to be mentally prepared when you do leave your house. That's why you got to be mentally prepared, right? If you're doing LinkedIn or Facebook. Okay, this is what I say. This is what you got to schedule. Because people say this, they go, that sounds awful. They go, Jeff, how often do you work? 24/7. 24/7 I'm open. Because wherever I go, right, there I am. And wherever I am, there's usually people. And I got to have this awareness about me. I got to be aware of the type of people that are around me. I got to be aware, okay, of conversations. I got to really listen to what people are saying. Because maybe I insert myself or maybe I don't. You know, there's sometimes I don't insert myself. You know, there's sometimes I don't get into conversations. Why? I've identified it. I've identified my situation. But there's never a shortage of opportunities out there. Would you all not agree? If you put yourself in these situations. Okay, and the bottom line is this: family, friends, referrals, cold market, people you meet. It's a numbers game. I wish I could make it nicer, but it's not. It's a numbers game. Isn't any business a numbers game? Show me one business that's not a numbers game. I don't care what industry it is. But I just want you guys to have the same mentality. If I'm going to advertise, okay, I know there's some people, we used to run radio ads. In our other company, we used to spend, put this together, think about this. We used to spend $80,000 to $100,000 every 8 weeks on radio ads. It was a different animal. It was a different animal because we had such a high buy-in. So obviously, if we were spending that kind of money with a group advertising co-op, we didn't spend it all. It was a co-op. And as leads came in from these radio ads, we would then farm out the leads. But you know why we don't do that anymore? Because I could farm off leads right from LinkedIn, from Facebook. There's so many different ways now. I don't have to spend that kind of money. I don't have to put out that kind of risk. But do some people build their business through Craigslist? There's a lot of people out there that run numbers with Craigslist. Or I'm just saying any type of advertising. But let me give you some advice. If you do start to advertise, make sure you run your ad past your upline. Okay, let them at least have another eyeball on that ad, because there's a lot of things that work out there. And never, ever, ever start an advertising campaign unless you plan on committing to doing it consistently, okay, for 3 months. So many people will run an ad and go, well, that didn't work, so I stop. No. It takes time sometimes to hone your skills, right? To get good at answering the ad, to know what message you want to send. Okay, but I'm not suggesting, all I'm saying to you is this, guys, we need to get the word out to people. That's advertising. That's advertising every day. Think about any company that you know that's successful. Aren't they always in the forefront of people? Think about your Sunday newspaper. Look at those ads every Sunday. It's the same ads. Look at the ads on television. It's the same ad over and over and over again. They're constantly advertising. Well, we got to constantly be advertising what we offer. Okay? But that's how you fill up your funnel. Now, the way I get people's attention is through conversation. Conversation. I could start a conversation. A good way of starting a conversation is to compliment the person. Wow, that's a nice dress. Love those shoes. Where'd you get that belt? It's just a conversation, but it's got to be sincere. Right? What kind of business are you in? Right? If you're out and about. But here's something a lot of people have to learn. You got to learn to listen. Listening to what people are telling you. Show a sincere interest within people and really listen. They're going to give you a lot of clues of what door to go in if you really listen to people. I mean, just think about it. But see, I always say the same thing. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Okay? You got to use your ears here. If you're always talking and you're always yapping, or you're always trying to control a conversation, you're learning nothing about the person. Okay? Conversation, listening. Attitude. Your attitude. Is it positive? Like I said earlier, are you prepared to go out there and do business? Are you always smiling? This is stuff you have to work on. Okay, I notice that all the time. Okay, when I walk through the gym, I smile. Okay, I just smile. You know what people do? They smile back. You know what that does? It may create a conversation because I go there every day at the same time. Always. Okay, your appearance. I just said that. Your lifestyle. Do you know your story? Does everybody here know your own story? Why are you doing this? Because when people ask you what you do, are you prepared to tell them? If I said to everybody on this call, what do? Do you tell me what you do? I'm in corporate America. Are you trying to get people into corporate America? Or are you trying to get people into wanting what we have here? Okay, listen, I work for corporate America, but Okay, I have multiple streams of income. And what I'm really excited about is this new wearable technology that I'm launching. You got to give something for somebody to bite on, right? The key is this. If you're really always listening, you will hold their attention. People love to talk about themselves. Do you know why Facebook is so popular? Because we now live in a narcissistic society. I'm just telling you. You got to know the answers to the test, guys. People want their stage. That's what Facebook is. It's a stage. How many likes can I get? Right? How many views can I get? How many people saw my post? How many people commented? People want to be on stage, right? Let them. Let them provide the stage. Just know the answers to the test. You know why? People seek out recognition. That's what they're looking for. You know, recognition, I'll show you that in a second, is above making more money. Do you know why these conferences are so powerful that multi-level marketing companies do? Because people will work day and night to go across that stage. It's their time to shine. Let them know you have a way to show them how they could be on stage. That's what they're looking for. I'm just telling you, you got to learn how to take people, okay, from where they are and get them to believe in themselves. Give them that platform. See, a lot of people don't believe that's what we offer. You got to know all aspects of what we offer people. And I'm telling you, once people get a taste of this, it becomes addicting, does it not? Some of you? Even with this much success, it keeps you going. And that's what I believe people look for. Most people are dead. You know, most people stop living, okay, at the age of 25 to 30. They fall into a routine. And that same routine exists when they turn 50. Nothing's changed. Do you think that person is really living? And what do they really live for? Friday? That's what they live for. Oh, it's Wednesday. It's hump day. We're getting over that hump. And now it's Friday, and I'm looking forward to the weekend, and I'm dreading Sunday night. And it's the same thing every day, every week, every month for 40 years. So they could retire to do what? Into some form of poverty. That's the race. That's the routine. And so you just got to understand where people are at. You know, some people are just looking for a new challenge. They're looking to be excited again. Can we not provide that here? God knows. Every day is different. You know why? Because I'm dealing with people. And it's the most frustrating, fun business you ever want to get involved with. But I wouldn't trade it for the world. I really wouldn't. All of you make me nuts. But you know what? You also make me rich. Okay, that's what I love. Okay, I love being involved with people. I love taking them through I had somebody call me yesterday crying, in tears. I said, hey, listen, this is not going to be the first. Are you kidding me? And I just sympathize with this person. I said, you know how many times Lisa and I have cried? But you know what? I didn't even know I was in tears when I was working for corporate America. I was just going through a routine. So getting people's attention, very key. Do not have this attitude of trying to attack everybody. This is what people mean when they say, well, I just don't know if I would ever do multi-level marketing. You know why? Because the last person that represented it to them probably attacked them. And they think that's what they have to do. Do you really think I attack people? You have to attract them through what? Through your personality, through your charisma, through your energy, through your attitude, through smiling. That's how you attract people. And now all you're doing is like you would do with anything else. When someone says, what do? Tell them. Real simple. And then just ask the question. Listen, part of my business is showing people how to add another source of income to their household. Do you keep your business options open, Mary? But now that they like you, right, and you smiled and they love your aura, okay, what are they going to say? No? Well, great. You know what? And just make it real nice. And I don't know if this is for you, Mary, but you know what? I want to send you this 2-minute video. Take the time in the 7-minute video. Take 9 minutes. I don't know if this is for you, but one thing I do know, once you watch this, okay, you may be open, but you may know somebody, okay, that's looking for an opportunity. That's my business. And you make it light. You don't come across like, oh my God, right? You're one of these zombies trying to attack people. Right? Some of you, if I saw you coming my way, I'd run the other way too. Because you could see the desperation. And all I see is dollar signs in your eyes. Oh my God, they're trying to get me. They're like vampires. No, no. Okay, let it go there. Some people hear that in your voice. You go, well, I don't know why this isn't working. Really? Have you listened to yourself? Have you looked in the mirror? Have you tried smiling? This is how you better your skills. Okay? You don't attack, you attract before you open your mouth. Okay? Because I want you to think about something. How many of you woke up today and say, today's the day I'm gonna buy a vacuum cleaner. Today's the day. You know what? I'm not really feeling well today. I think today's the day I'm gonna buy my cemetery lot. A life insurance policy, a health insurance policy. You don't think about this, okay? Why did you buy these items if you bought them? Because somebody sold you the benefits of having them. Correct? All people know is what they know, and what they know has gotten them to where they are, and they don't know any different. All people know is what they know. You got to let them know there's something else out there. And you're going to share it to them based on your experience and based on relating to that person. And I just shared with you how to do it. It's letting people know where you were and why you made your decision. And then starting to tell them in conversation some of the benefits. But I just want you to understand, these are multi-billion-dollar industries, are they not? But no one wakes up every day saying, today's the day that I'm going to get my cemetery lot. Okay? It just doesn't happen. But you have to know something. What people seek in an opportunity. You know what they seek? Number one, I told you earlier. A lot of people disagree with this, but I'm telling you it's the truth. They seek recognition, number one, as evident by today's society. And I'm not being mean, but I'm telling you, we live in a very narcissistic society now. Okay? You could use that to your advantage if you understand it. Advancement. Money was third. Recognition, advancement, money. Do you ever see people take these selfies everywhere they go? Take a selfie when they're going to the bathroom. They take a selfie when they're eating food. I mean, everywhere they go, there's a selfie. Recognition they want. People want that. We provide that. That's a big thing that we provide is recognition. People hit a rank, we celebrate it. Right? When people sponsor somebody, they're highlighted. Why are people who have a job dissatisfied? Right? So you're talking to people and the person has a job. What do you have to know? You got to know what's facing them. Lack of recognition, no advancement, poor management, bored, money. So if I knew the answers to the test, could I not relate my business to what they may be looking for? Of course I could. I know what they're facing. I know they're not being paid what they're worth. I know that job is making them feel they should be lucky to have the job because they could be replaced tomorrow. Oh, that's really good. That's really exciting. And this is why people just go through life. They're just deadpanned, right? There's no pop to them. So this is why people are dissatisfied with their jobs. What if you're talking to a salesperson that you know most salespeople today, there is no salary plus commission. It's usually just commission now. You're only as good as your last sale. But sometimes if you're just on commission, you do a good job, they cut your commission. They reduce your territory. Well, we're going to give you this territory because you're making too much money. They offer no future, because I just said it, because you're only as good as your last sale. And there's no opportunity. So how many people do you know in your warm market that have a job? How many people do you know are salespeople? Now, wouldn't it be great that you knew, okay, what they would be looking for so you could relate your opportunity to them? And by the way, if you're on LinkedIn or you're on Facebook, right, and you find out what a person does, could you not send the right message to them to maybe elicit a response? Right? Because isn't that what you're doing? You're fishing. Well, look at the bait I just gave you. This is some of the bait based on who you're talking to. Okay? Why are employees dissatisfied with their jobs? Okay? Stressed out, politics. The more you do, they more expect you to do. Have you heard of this? This is what happened to me. My job was to let people go when I was with Bally's. That was why they hired me. I was the hatchet man. Horrible. So I had to let people go. And the people that got to stay had to work twice as hard for half the pay. So I would bring people in my office, say, listen, sorry, I got to let you go. Then I bring the next person in and I go, the person I let go, you got to take on their responsibility. And I got to cut. And they were so excited that they got to keep their job, okay? And I had to cut their pay and work twice as much. Can you imagine? This is what people face every day. And the employee is not trying to help them become financially independent. This is why people stop dreaming. You have to know that. This is what you offer people. This is what you offer. It's a chance to dream again. What's that worth? Remember your income disclosure. This is an even playing field here. But you know what? There's a lot of people out there that are looking. They just don't know what they're looking for. And there's never an excuse not to be able to talk to so many people every day. What if you're talking to a business owner? What are they facing? I had somebody tell me the other day, yeah, I have a business, but the business owns me. Look at this one, number 5. No freedom, business owns them. They deal with too much overhead. Think about the number one thing any business does when it needs to make more money. If they can't increase sales, what do? They reduce overhead, which means in most cases, if you go into a store or a restaurant, in most cases, the owner's there. Because if the owner's there 12, 14-hour days, right, they don't have to hire other people. So what do? They bought themselves a job, is what they did. Cash flow. Cash is king. Accounts receivable. Business is growing but going broke. Have you heard of that one? So just understand when you make your list, this is why we say, put down what the person does. So you could better send the right message to get them to want to look at your opportunity. It's the message you sent. Have you heard of the M&Mers? This is an 80s term, M&Mers. Me and Lisa used to be M&Mers before kids, money and miserable. Right? Traveling too many hours, unhappy in my position, no challenge. Okay, money and miserable, because I still had the job. So know who you're talking to, guys. This is how you know how to advertise. This is how you know how to get people's attention. This is how you know what the approach, and this is how you attract. Have you seen the cash flow quadrant? Okay, have you guys read this book, Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad? Okay, so most people that you will talk to will be on the left side of the quadrant. Most people are here. They're employees. They have a job. Hard work, no security, no time. This is active income. If they're not constantly on the treadmill, they're not making money. And the person that's employing them wants them to make them run as hard as they can. And they're trying to work as little as they can. Okay, it's combustible. Then some people you meet are self-employed. These are people with large debts, right? The business owns them. I already talked about this. 95% of the people, 5% of the wealth. 95% of the people you will talk to are on this side of the quadrant. You think they're open? They don't know what they're saying yes or no to, because they're in a rut. Now here you come. You have an unbelievable opportunity to share with them. And then there's other people on this side, 5% of the people that control 95% of the wealth. The business owner, they own a system. Right? The investor, they have money working for them. How many of these people over here would like to be over here? Well, that's what we offer. That's exactly what we offer. But let me share with you something. Do you know some of the people on your list who are on the right side of the quadrant are a lot of times more open than these people when it comes to opportunity? That's why they're wealthy. Wealthy people are always looking for ways to make more. That's why that question, do you keep your money-making options open? Do you keep your money-making options open? Okay, now talk to a wealthy person. You know what they say? What is it? Are you kidding? Of course. Let me hear you. You know what these people sometimes say? I'll tell you what they say most times, these people. I have no time. I have no time. Automatically out of their mouth. Okay, how do you overcome that? Okay, I'm not looking for your time. I'm not looking for your time. I'm looking for you to be open to understanding there is another way. And guys, if people fight you on it, next. Don't let them steal your dream. Don't let them bring you down. Okay, there's other people out there. Sometimes we spend all our time trying to convince people that are never going to do it anyway. There's other people that are just open. They're open books. But you got to talk to a lot of people. You got to kiss a lot of frogs. But would you be willing to do it? Would you be willing to do it knowing what the outcome could be in 18 months, 24 months, 36 months? What if it took you 5 years? What if it took you 5 years to really change your financial situation? Would it be worth it? We all say yes. Okay, but see, sometimes we get involved in this business, and because it's not producing the way we want to produce right now, we have fear and doubt that that's not working. Remember, every day, if you're doing something to fill up your funnel, it's working. It's working. Forget the results. It's working. It's just sometimes it's not working fast enough for you. And you got to fix that, whatever that is. Okay, the whole idea within this game is staying in it. It's staying in the game and consistently doing it. That's in anything that you'll ever do. Okay, now, I'm never going to go a day without this, because when I talk to these people, and I get into a conversation, I could then be very clear of what I'm offering them. This is what you're offering. And I don't care if you're sick and tired of it. This needs to be embedded in your head. This has to be something that you know based on who you're talking to. This is when you get good. If I'm talking to a business owner, what am I going to highlight? What am I going to highlight on the screen? Think quick. No traditional overhead. Same tax advantages. If I'm talking to an employee, what am I going to highlight? I'm going to highlight immediate income. I'm going to highlight residual income. So I could take whatever part of this based on who I'm talking to. And you guys got to get good. You got to start practicing. Okay, when you're out there. Now think about this. Disabled, displaced executives. This was me. Feel used by the company. Don't like the idea of being forced out or fired to early retirement. Fear of being replaced with someone younger, cheaper to the company. Does anybody know anybody in this situation? Put all their security in a company. Realize how they must be their own security. Now, I will say number 4, I think most people today realize staying with the same company for 40 years and retiring with the gold watch and the pension are no longer. I do think most people realize that now. So this is why I believe today, more than ever, people are open for other sources of income. They know they can't put all their eggs in that one basket. But I will still tell you, your biggest challenge is to get them to change. Okay, but here's the deal. If they need to see the change in you first, they need to see your excitement, your enthusiasm. You need to get them around the system. You need to get them on the energies of the webinars or maybe to a live event. These are things that help people change. That's why I say you got to be in Vegas. You got to get around that energy. You got to get around that excitement. I'm telling you, it takes you through another 90 days. And that's why I try to be so consistent with Diamond Zone, because I know what you all go through. And I want you to know, okay, that it's appreciated. And sometimes you need that voice. Sometimes you need that encouragement. We all do. And I want to encourage you to keep going. I want to encourage you, okay, that fear and doubt needs to go away. I want to make sure you know you're on the right path. I want to make sure you know somebody believes in you. Because we do. Because I know what it takes to find, right, 110 people that are on this call almost every morning that want to make this work. And I want to make sure you guys know you don't grow on trees. This is exactly what people are looking for, are people just like you who understand you're involved, right? So wouldn't this be, if it's good enough for you, wouldn't it be good enough for everybody else? But now I got to separate. How many people that are on this call every day hang up and do nothing? See, now it's time to shake you into reality a little bit. How many people are paralyzed even after they hear the encouragement? You got to get past that. You got to go out there and do it. And the only way you get better, right, is to do it. Okay, I say this all the time and people think I'm crazy, but I don't care. Okay, you know what, one of my favorite shows is Dancing with the Stars. Okay, it premiered yesterday. I don't know if anybody watched it, but did you see the girl, okay, paralyzed for 4 years in bed, paralyzed with feeding tubes, can't feel her legs, cannot feel, there's no feeling in her legs. And she's dancing on Dancing with the Stars. I mean, you got to see what some people go through. You got to read some of these people's stories And what are we afraid of? A no? We're afraid to call our warm market? We got to get over ourselves. Maybe some of you are too comfortable because that's what stops you from going out there and doing it. My bills get paid. I don't need to make this work. You got to challenge yourself. Did anybody see that segment on Dancing with the Stars last night? Or am I the only one? I'm the only one, Lisa just said. I don't care. I love that show. Okay? I love that challenge. I love watching. Okay, someone's telling me they saw it. Okay, good. Who's my friend here? Hang on. Elena, good. Thank you, Elena. See? Someone likes Dancing with the Stars. Okay? So I'm telling you, that's my favorite show. I love it. Jeff, you're weird. Yeah, I'm weird. Okay? I like those kind of stories. I like the underdogs. I like the people that are told it'll never work, and they make it work. Okay? Whatever you need to use to motivate yourself, you got to find that. You got to dig deep. And then you start to attract. And how do you attract people? What has the business done for you? What has the business done for you? Well, Jeff, nothing. I'm not happy with where I'm at. Maybe that's what you're portraying. Let me ask you a question. What has that restaurant done for you that you just built and put $400,000 into it? What has it done for you? What do you tell people? Well, I just bought a restaurant. I put $400,000 into it, and I hope it works. I hope the food is good. I hope you enjoy it. No, what are you going to tell people? Man, I got the greatest restaurant in the world. Well, wait a minute. You're not even open yet. I don't care. I have the greatest restaurant in the world. Why? Because I got $400,000 in the game. That's why. The food's going to be phenomenal. The bar's going to be rocking. And you're going to tell everybody how great it is. And you're not even open yet. Now over here, okay, well, it's not working for me. Well, you got to tell people what you're going to do. Just like if you start any other business and you haven't had no revenue yet, but you're going to tell everybody how great it's going to be. And you'll take other people's money. I'm starting a restaurant, and you show them the plans. And you take investors. People do this every day. That's business 101. They're selling their dream. They're selling their vision, and someone's buying. Who's buying your vision? First of all, have you bought your vision? Have you sold you? So you can't even go out there and talk to somebody if you're not sold. If you still have that fear and doubt. It's funny how if you put your money in the game, it takes away the fear and doubt. So pretend you got $1 million in this game. See if you talk to people differently. How much money would you have to put in this game to take it seriously? Now tell people what the business has done for you. Do you see the difference? This is a real business. Oh, it's a real business, all right. And it pays way better than a real business. That's for sure. Do you know that almost every dollar that comes in, okay, is profit here? Because we don't have any traditional overhead. Think about that. How the business has met your needs. How is it going to meet your needs? How about that? Match what you're saying to the person. That goes back to the globe. Match what you're saying to the person you're talking to based on what you know about them. For an example, to all the people that you've talked to, once you've attracted a person, how do you approach them? It's based on how the business fits them. And I'm going to sum this up. How do you know how it fits them? Can anybody help me on this one? How do you know? Because you listened first. Remember, you were advertising. You're getting their attention. You were listening. You're hearing what they're looking for, and you're going to pull out how to satisfy their needs. You're going to hear without a doubt. You're going to hear fear and doubt. You're going to hear about their financial struggles. And all you want to do is simply ask a question after you listen. And here's the question. Do you keep your business options open? Do you keep your money-making options open outside of what you do? I have a way. I have a way. We're very excited about what we're doing. And share the video. But see, I want people to remember you. This is what I want you to know. I want them to remember you when they go home to watch the video. If you're someone to be remembered and someone that they believe cared, chances of them watching that video with different eyes goes way up. This is how you better your chances. Is you got to be a presence. You got to be memorable. You know how you become memorable? Listen. Wow, that person really listened. I loved having a conversation with that person. And you didn't say a word. But they loved having the conversation because people love to talk. Let them. Let them. And then share the video. Drop the hints. Man, I'm excited. Man, I understand where you are, Bob. I used to work 12 hours a day. I always wanted to own my own business. And I found something without traditional overhead. And I never thought in a million years, without a lot of time, I could be put on a business plan to make an extra 50 grand this year. It's being driven by the wearable tech industry. We're first to market this. Because I had to do something. I need a residual income. I can't keep doing the treadmill thing. And I've aligned myself with a group of people. The reason it doesn't take a lot of time, I'm part of a system. Now, do you keep your money-making opportunities open? Perfect. Didn't I just give them something to bite on? Listen, I don't know if it's for you, brother, but here, I want you to watch this. You never know. I've learned you never know. If you're open, I'll tell you how it could work for you. If not, at least you know what I'm doing. And maybe you can lead me to somebody that is open, because that's my business. And be proud of it. Be proud of it. That's how you do it, guys. And you got to find your way every day. And I'm going to close with this. Every day, you got to find your way to advertise. That's your job. Your job is to advertise your business. Every day. You need new people to be able to know what you're doing. Excuse me. And that's why I say the more eyes you have on that video, just like the Sunday newspaper, the more eyes look at that ad, the better chances they are to sell that product. The more eyes on that commercial. Why do you think the Super Bowl, okay, why do you think Super Bowl commercials demand $5 million? Why? Because they know more than any time during the year, more eyes are on that television screen. And more eyes are watching those commercials. It's the same thing. It's a traditional business. That's what I mean by that's the same business. The more eyes you have, that's business 101, knowing what you got. So get excited about what you have. Get excited and go out there and have your number today. What's your number? I challenge you. I challenge you to hit your number and then go to bed, and when you're brushing your teeth, give yourself a high five. I kiss myself every morning, every night. I love myself. I love you, Jeff. Okay? You did good. I love Jeff. I love me some Jeff Giamalvo. Okay? You got to love yourself. You got to be happy about your accomplishments. That's how you go another day. If you keep beating yourself up, you're not going to be around in 30 days. Find your little successes. Love you guys. I'm out of here. Thank you. Bye.